Nature is full of wonders, but some of its secrets defy logic. What if I told you there's a waterfall that bleeds, lightning that strikes from the ground up, and waves that glow an eerie blue in the dead of night? Today, we're counting down the top 8 strangest mysteries of nature, from the mildly bizarre to the downright unexplainable. Stick around, because number 1 will leave you questioning reality itself. Starting off at number 8, did you know some deserts can sing? No, really. Imagine walking through the dunes, and suddenly, that's not a ghost. It's the dunes themselves. Meet the singing dunes, one of nature's weirdest mysteries. Found in places like the Gobi Desert, Death Valley, and Morocco, these dunes produce an eerie, low-pitched humming sound, almost like a musical instrument being played by the wind. So what's going on? Scientists believe the sound comes from tiny grains of sand rubbing together as they move. But here's where it gets freaky. Different dunes have different songs based on the size and shape of their sand particles. Even we can make the dunes sing. If you slide down the side of one, the vibrations create a deep, echoing boom, like a bass drum under your feet. Some ancient travelers believed this was the voice of desert spirits or even hidden treasure buried beneath the sand. But even today, scientists still don't fully understand why some dunes sing and others stay silent. One thing's for sure, Mother Nature loves a good mystery. So next time you're in the desert, listen closely. The dunes might just be singing to you. Coming up next at number 7, imagine a place where lightning never stops. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? Well, it's real. Deep in Venezuela, over the Catatumbo River, a bizarre phenomenon called the Catatumbo lightning has baffled scientists for centuries. This storm rages for up to 300 nights a year, firing off 1.2 million lightning bolts annually. That's so much energy it could power an entire city. And here's where things get really weird. No one knows exactly why it happens. Some believe the unique geography, mountains trapping warm, moist air over the lake, creates the perfect storm. Others say methane from the swamp fuels the madness. And then there's the wild theory that aliens are recharging their spaceships there. Okay, maybe not, but who knows? The lightning is so intense it can be seen 250 miles away, earning it the nickname the Lighthouse of Maracaibo. In fact, sailors have been USing it as a natural GPS for centuries. And here's the most mind-blowing part. This storm might have saved South America. Back in 1823, during the Venezuelan War of Independence, enemy ships tried to sneak attack at night, but the never-ending lightning gave them away. Venezuela won the battle, and the storm became a national symbol of freedom. But the biggest mystery? It once disappeared for weeks in 2010, and no one knew if it would return. Was it climate change? A temporary shift in weather? No one is sure, but the storm is back and stronger than ever. So is this a natural wonder or something out of this world? What do you think? Next up at number 6, deep in the heart of Death Valley, where the sun scorches the earth and almost nothing stirs, something does move, but no one sees it happen. Scattered across this barren wasteland are massive rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, and yet they slide across the desert floor, leaving behind long, winding trails. But how? Ghosts? Aliens? A secret desert dance party? For decades, scientists were baffled. These stones don't have engines, legs, or rocket boosters, so what's making them move? Some believed powerful magnetic forces, others thought earthquakes, and of course, some were convinced it was the work of extraterrestrials. The mystery dates back to the early 1900s when explorers first noticed the tracks. But despite all the theories, no one had actually seen them move until 2014. Scientists finally cracked the case with cameras and GPS tracking. The answer? A rare combination of rain, freezing temperatures, and just the right amount of wind. Thin sheets of ice form beneath the rocks, and when the sun melts them just enough, boom, the wind pushes them across the slick surface. So, no ghosts, no aliens, just science doing its thing. But that doesn't make it any less amazing. Nature is full of strange surprises, and Death Valley's Moking Stones? Definitely one of the weirdest. What do you think? Would you camp out in Death Valley to catch one of these rocks in action? Up next at number 5. For over a century, scientists were baffled by this bizarre blood-red cascade flowing from the icy depths of Taylor Glacier. I mean, why does this glacier look like it's straight out of a horror movie? Some thought it was algae, others whispered about alien life. Because, let's be real, this place does look otherworldly. But the truth? Even crazier. Millions of years ago, a hidden lake got trapped beneath the glacier, completely cut off from sunlight and oxygen. Over time, the water became super salty and loaded with iron. So when it finally seeps out, boom, instant rusting, turning the water blood red. And get this, scientists say this ancient water hasn't seen the surface in millions of years. It's like opening a time capsule from Earth's past. Oh, and there's life in there. Tiny, alien-like microbes surviving in conditions like Mars. Could this be the key to finding life on other planets? NASA thinks so. Halfway there. At number 4, imagine this. You're watching a storm. Lightning flashes across the sky, but suddenly, instead of striking down, it shoots up into space. What? That's called upward lightning, or gigantic jets, and it's one of nature's weirdest mysteries. These massive electrical discharges can reach over 50 miles high, connecting thunderstorms to the edge of space. Unlike regular lightning that zaps the ground, these fiery fingers stretch toward the ionosphere, a layer of Earth's atmosphere. Scientists have only recently started capturing these bizarre bolts on camera, and here's the kicker. We still don't fully understand them. So why does lightning sometimes flip upside down? One theory suggests strong electric fields above storms create a voltage imbalance, forcing the lightning to escape upward. Others think it's linked to sprites, those eerie red flashes that hover above storms like ghostly fireworks. And get this, some pilots claim to have seen these gigantic jets shooting past their planes during flights. That means there could be a hidden lightning show happening above the clouds that most of us never get to see. Could this strange phenomenon help us understand how Earth's electrical system interacts with space? Could it even affect satellites or space weather? Scientists are racing to find out. For now, upside-down lightning remains one of the greatest mysteries of the sky, a secret storm happening far above our heads. Next time there's a thunderstorm, look up. You might just witness nature's strangest light show. Up next, at number 3, imagine sailing through the ocean at night when suddenly, boom, the water around you starts glowing like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie. Sounds crazy, right? Well, this isn't fiction. It's a real-life mystery known as the Milky Sea effect. For centuries, sailors have reported vast stretches of the ocean lighting up like a ghostly glowing carpet. But here's the weird part. It's not just random flashes of bioluminescence. No, we're talking about an entire section of the ocean, sometimes as big as Connecticut, glowing non-stop for hours or even days. The strangest sighting? A British ship in 1995 saw a glowing ocean the size of Tennessee. They described it as sailing through a milky glowing sky. And guess what? No one could explain it until recently. Scientists now believe this eerie glow comes from trillions, yes, trillions, of tiny bacteria called Vibrio harvii. When they work together, they produce a soft, steady glow. But here's the kicker. No one knows why they do it. Are they communicating, defending themselves? Or is it just bacteria throwing the ultimate rave party? Even today, Milky Seas remain a rare and elusive mystery. Only a few satellites have captured them from space, and most sightings rely on lucky sailors. So if you ever find yourself in the middle of a glowing ocean, just remember, you're witnessing one of nature's weirdest, most magical secrets. Coming up next at number 2, imagine waking up one morning and discovering a giant hole in the ground, like the Earth just opened its mouth and swallowed something whole. Well, that's exactly what's been happening in Siberia, and no one really knows why. These craters are appearing out of nowhere in the remote Arctic tundra. Some are as deep as a 16-story building, and they're perfectly round, like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. One theory? Boom. Explosions caused by underground methane gas suddenly bursting out. Thanks to climate change, the permafrost is thawing, releasing trapped gas, and kaboom, a crater is born. But here's the weird part. Locals say they sometimes hear a thunderous roar before a crater appears, almost like the Earth is growling, and nobody has ever seen one actually form. Spooky, right? Some even link them to Tunguska, the mystery explosion of 1908 that flattened 800 square miles of forest. Could it be the same unknown force at work? More craters are appearing every year. Could they be warning signs of something bigger? A ticking time bomb under the ice? For now, Siberia's craters remain one of nature's strangest mysteries. What do you think is causing them? And at last but not least, deep in the heart of the Amazon, hidden from the modern world, there's a river that defies science. A river so hot it can cook anything that falls into it alive. Scientists once thought boiling rivers were only found near volcanoes, but here's the catch. This one is nowhere near one. In 2011, a geophysicist named Andres Russo tracked down this mythical river, long thought to be a legend. And what he found? Water reaching nearly 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 93 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to brew tea. Anything that falls in pretty much gets cooked instantly. Yikes. But how is this even possible? Scientists believe the heat comes from geothermal energy deep within the Earth. But there's still a mystery. Why is this river boiling so far from any volcanic activity? Local shamans believe it's sacred, guarded by spirits. They call it Shane Timpishka, meaning boiled with the heat of the sun. So, what do you think? Is this a freak of nature, lost science, or something even more scary?